Hi everyone, we're going to find the sum for each arithmetic series described using our sum formula here. Let's make that a bigger S. And so basically just reminding you summation notation is we're starting with 1 and going to 20. So basically that means we have 20 terms. What you do to find your number of terms is you do n, for this one you do this. You go 20 minus 1, that gives you the 19, then you add the 1. So we have a total of 20 terms for this. And just plugging in the 1 and going to 20, if you plug in 1, you get 3. And then we're adding it to, you plug in 2, and you're going to get 5. So these are your like odd numbers here. All right. And basically your common difference for these arithmetic ones is your slope. So for this one, the slope is 1, so your common difference will be 1. But let's go on and do some of these. So this is the first one. We already talked about that n is going to be 20. You do 20 minus 1, and then you add 1. All right. We know our first term, just plug in 1, and that's going to be 2 times 1 plus 1, so that equals 3. And our last term, we're going to plug in 20. So our 20th term, which is our last term, is going to be 41. And then you just use your sum formula. So your n is 20, divide by 2, and your first term is 3, and your last term is 41. So that's going to equal 10 times 44, which equals 440. All right? So that's how you do that. Let's do this one. This one's a little weird because we're starting with n equals 5. But it doesn't matter because we can still find the number of terms. And you're going to think the number of terms is 20, but it's not. It's 25 minus 5, which is 20. But don't forget to add 1. So the number of terms we have here is 21. All right? So we use the sum formula. The number of terms is 21. Divide it by 2. And then you plug in your 5. Your first term is 5 minus 1. You just plug in the 5 right here. 5 minus 1. And that's going to be 4. All right. And your last term is 25. So plug in 25 minus 1. And that's going to be 24. So what we get is 21 divided by 2 times 28. 2 goes into 28 14 times. So basically, that's going to be 21 times 14, which gives you 294. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.